Shut up and sit down.
I know, like some kind of like army shit. Like,
Yeah. It's your adorable representative MC of youth. I'll never forget that now. I know it.
I know it.
Welcome back to a bonus episode of the Vice Effect podcast. It's your ticket queen, QJ.
It is your it's your forever grateful co-host, Nikki. You know what it is today, guys, everyone. We said it on the last episode. If we got tickets, we would come for BTS. We would come here and tell y'all it. What? Here we are.
Ooh, We got him. We got him.
It still doesn't feel real. It's so weird. I always feel like this happens with ticket purchasing. It happened with Stray Kids too. Like, I wasn't in both scenarios, Stray Kids and this one. I was not the one to secure the tickets, so it always feels like, oh sure, I guess I'll just trust that the other person actually got tickets. But yeah, there's like this big adrenaline. You and I couldn't do anything for at least a week before. Like we barely spoke to each other. We couldn't even think straight. And then the day actually happens, and then it's done. Just like that. And now we're like, cool. Now and what was it, like 200 days left? So
Yeah. Yeah, so we secured tickets for the Toronto show times 2. We're going to both nights.
Surprise!
But it's in August, so yeah, we're like, well, we have 8 months to go.
8 months, baby.
I think, like, we didn't really talk much before. Like, at least for my part, I didn't want to, like, jinx anything. So I was like, I was just, like, kind of afraid of saying anything. So I was like, I was kind of, like, not. Because I didn't want to, like, jinx the moment and then get disappointed. So I was like, I'm just gonna get through the week.
I know. It's kind of what it felt like. I couldn't even, like, think about anything. I had to, like, think everything in the moment. Like, I had to think it day to day, second to second, because I can't even think ahead right now until after this day is done. Our BTS tickets, sorry. You took half the day off work. And I know I talked a big game, I think, in the last episode of being like, I'm going to take the whole day off work. It happened so fast. Like, it happened. We found out about the ticket dates, and I think it was, like, the next week that the day was, the pre-sale. It was, like, not a lot of time to prep at all.
Yeah, it was the same day that pre-sales opened, which was, like, the 15th or the 16th, I think. Like,
yeah.
Or maybe it was, like, the 12th or something, whatever it was. So, yeah, it was, like, a week and a half, maybe, when they were, like, pre-sale for this goes on now.
I was like, there's no way I could book that quickly off work. But my boss was really cool, though, and I was able to just, like, take an appointment time. But also, for me, it worked perfectly, because the 1 p.m. is when I have to take my lunch anyway. So, like, it's basically like I didn't really miss anything. Just the 30 minutes before, when we were just in the waiting room, I was literally dancing around my apartment, listening to BTS, because I could not sit still. There's no way I could just sit there and wait. And I know you were the opposite. You were just sitting there.
Yeah. I was, like, sweating, just, like, staring at the countdown.
So, yeah. So we actually get in, and then we get our queue numbers. Well, we were in the waiting room, and then it counts down, and then you're in the queue. So you got your queue numbers.
So, in preparation for queuing, I, like, plugged my Ethernet cable in. I was like, I don't trust my Wi-Fi connection, but my internet, like, the box or whatever is, like, 2 rooms away. So I had to pull this, like, huge cord out, and it was, like, cutting across the hallways. It was, like, a major tripping hazard in my place, but it was worth it. Okay? I feel like I got incredible queue numbers.
Yeah.
Well, like, now, anytime I buy a concert ticket, I'm busting that thing out.
I mean, it's so funny to hear you and our other friend talked about that too. I'm like, I don't know. For me, because I think with the work I have to do, I have to be connected to Ethernet. So, like, it's just, like, second nature to me to have my computer plugged into the Ethernet. So, but it's funny to hear you and other people are like, I'm busting it out. I'm like,
I mean, normally I would as well, but if the box was in this room, like in other apartments we've had, it was close and we always had it plugged in because it's obviously faster. So, but I was like, I need it. I need every piece of like equipment set so that I can get this. I shut everything off on my computer. It was the only thing open was Ticketmaster.
Yeah, well, I meant to ask you. Yeah, you said that, but like, how were you messaging me? Were you doing it on your phone?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, girl.
Well, I just like had it open and I was like,
that's nuts. Because there's no way I could type as fast as you were typing in that chat. Because I had my WhatsApp on the desktop. I was using it that way. Okay, but we get in. And I'm also, so I'm connected to, like, I have probably, in my area, the fastest possible internet as well. And I was connected to Ethernet. But, okay, so it's here. We're going to say, Trumbull. Your queue number for Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday was higher for sure, which I figured it would be because I kind of felt like everyone was going to go for Saturday. Like, my plan was to refresh for the waiting room on Sunday first because I was like, I feel like everyone's going to be doing Saturday. But for Saturday, I queued at 19,967. And then for Sunday, I queued 17,696.
Girl. And then I queued for Saturday 37,543, and Sunday I queued 26,689. So even when I first saw my numbers, I still was like, there's a chance there. When you told me your numbers, I immediately knew. I knew it. I knew there was no way we weren't getting tickets at that exact moment. And I think that's like what they call, okay, so I'm sure anyone listening will know the whole meme, but they call it the Ticketmaster war. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the war is literally just that. It's getting the queue number. And then after that, it's, I mean, I've never been in that situation where I'm actually in the, but like, is it even that hard to get tickets once you're in there?
I mean, there were seats, like, disappearing in front of my eyes.
Okay.
But, like, so, like, if I would think if we both were around your numbers and we would have probably had to, like, really be fast because it was probably getting pretty low by then. But, like, there was still quite, like, big chunks of sections were still available when I went in. So, like, it wasn't that crazy. But, like, I could see, like, little seat dots were like disappearing in front of my eyes. But I thought the same thing when I saw 17. I was like, we're going on Sunday, like 100% we're going on Sunday. I was like 19 maybe, I don't know, like because the arena is like 50K, so I was like 19. I'm like, if everyone buys 2 tickets then we'll get it, but if everyone's buying like 4 then maybe not.
And then just to state, yes, this was pre-sale, of course.
Yeah, we were in for
just
pre-sale.
Triple pre-sale. So we had our army memberships, which again, so wild to me because that means everyone bought in to get to that. Anyway, but so I was like, because when I got in, I was going to say when I got in at, I think it was 26 on the Sunday, it was, I could not see a lot of seats left. Like there, I think we would have had to like almost like sit separately. Like that's you know. And then Saturday there was literally by the time I got in at 37,000, there was like I think like 2 or 3 seats left. Now see, I'm not sure how it works because pre-sale, but it wasn't sold out yet. Like I don't understand how that works. Do they just hold?
Yeah, they hold seats for general admission so that I guess when you go in on that day, it's like whatever they've held. I don't know what types of seats they hold. But they do put it aside. But the high queue number that I saw for general admission was 100,000 for Toronto. I was like, general admission, like there's not gonna be that much. I think majority of it goes for pre-sale, and it's like a smaller amount for that. I was like, that is crazy.
I could not believe it either. Like we were seeing queue numbers even for pre-sale. I think the highest I saw for pre-sale was like 62,000. I'm like, well, you're cooked.
Like for Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw the same. The highest number I saw in general was for the Germany show, and it was 1 million.
For pre-sale?
Yeah. For like the Munich show. I mean, maybe these are edited, I don't really know, but from what I could tell, it was like a legitimate, someone's photo of their queue number was like 1 million.
Damn, that's so cool. It's cool anyway. It's not cool to be that person that gets into the queue, but it's very interesting to see this process. Okay, so we're chilling. I as soon as I saw your numbers, I was like, okay.
I know, like, we're going. And like, this is why I didn't really want to say anything, because this is why I didn't want to jinx it, because I thought that I kind of expected it to not be that hard in Canada, because like when we went to Stray Kids, like we queued and our numbers were pretty high, but like even like that show didn't sell out here as far as I remember, so I'm like, we would have gone to see Stray Kids no matter what. I just like, to me, it just doesn't seem like it's as like coveted here, like K-pop in general. And I was like, obviously BTS is different, so I didn't want to jinx it, but I was like, this is what I was kind of expecting. Like, I kind of figured we'd be able to go, but then I guess there are people that couldn't, so that's why I was like, I'm not saying shit.
I'm not saying anything either, but I agree. So yeah, we've manifested for a long time, and I know that sounds corny and cheesy or whatever, but I genuinely thought that there's no way we weren't going.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
because of our Stray Kids experience, which I know like Stray Kids aren't BTS, but they're pretty popular, like especially right now when they were touring. So, and then I don't know about Blackpink, if they sold out twice. I know has it sold out in Hamilton. So, and there was 2 nights. Stray Kids only have 1 night. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, there was no way. There was no way we weren't getting it. So again, I had the same thought, but then, so even my numbers, when I saw my numbers, I said, oh, great. Your numbers? There's no doubt in my mind. So anyway, yeah, and then that's when, again, it's such torture, right? You waiting the 30 minutes in the waiting room, and then you get your queue number, and then you're, again, in a holding pattern for...
Yeah, I think it took us maybe like 35 minutes or so, 40 minutes maybe, before it finally got down to like number 1.
So you get in first on Sunday. And okay, so we never really talked about it. How was that? Like, what did you just zone in, blackout?
Beforehand, we had talked about, because we were thinking that the setup would be similar to Stray Kids, where the stage is at the front, but it's actually like a 360 stage in Toronto as well. So when we were talking about the original floor plan, we were like, let's go for like the west side. So I was like gaming like where the sun sets and stuff. And I was like, this is going to be good for like no sun in your eyes. And we'll be able to see. And we wanted to be like raised. Like we wanted to be in the bleachers. We didn't want floors. So we're like, let's aim for the west side. So when it went in, I just clicked the first west thing that I saw. Like the first one that I got in on the Sunday, I just clicked the west side and then I clicked 2 seats and I was like, check out, like, period. I didn't even like look at anything else. I was like, no, just check out. And then like we also talked ahead of time, like if we could get both days we would. So I was like, when we split the cost, so I used your card for the first one, and like the window popped up to be like, verify your purchase, and I was like, oh my god. I started panicking. I just like hit the call button and I called you and I was like, check your app. Okay,
this was another thing I had in the back of my mind but didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx it. I was wondering if it would recognize that my card was being used in a different province, because we're in different provinces. But I hear this is very common for Ticketmaster, especially. They always want you to like...
Yeah, well, it ended up doing the same for me, so I was like, yeah, of course, like, sure.
So, me panicking too. Like, I was like, I told you this, I'd stepped away from my desk too, and I came back, and I saw you call. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? She did it. And you're like, no, you didn't do it. It was... I need you to like so yeah, I like had my phone up and I went into the app. There's nothing. I clicked everything. I didn't know what was going on. And then I even went online, like on the like web browser version. There's nothing there. I couldn't see anything. I was freaking out, and I was, there's no way. And then as this was happening, you were like, oh my god, I'm in on Saturday.
Yeah, like as I'm like you were like, what do I do? And I was like, I don't know, it just says go in the app. And then like we were like both like frantically like back and forth, and then I was like, I'm in the next day, so I don't know. Like that's why I was like, let me just like do this, because yours timed out also, like waiting for the thing, but I could click try again, so I was like on both my computers, literally like hacker style.
Oh, you did?
I was like clicking like try again until like you could get it, and like also like trying to pick the other seat. And like on the Sunday I did the same thing. It opened up, I clicked the exact same section, and like for a hot second I was like, let me see what other seats there are, because I was like, maybe we could sit somewhere else. But because your thing was like not going, I was like, couldn't focus on the other one that much, and I clicked like one other set of seats and it was over $1,000, and I was like, no. I went back to the same section, basically like 2 rows difference. And I was like, whatever, just take it. Like if yours had gone through straight away, I probably would have played around a little more on the other one, but I was like, I can't, this is too, I'm stressed, I just need to get these, pay for them. And then when I used my card for the second one, and it was like, we're gonna send you a text message with the code, so make sure you approve it. And I was like, okay, so that's just how they do it.
Yeah, and it felt like years. I think I still have it in my queue. Yeah, 1:43. I got a text message from TD at my bank, and I feel like it was like 10 minutes later. Like it felt so long. I'm sure it was like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it wasn't that long. It felt like a century. And then I remember getting this, and I didn't even like read it. I like I wrote, it was like a yes. Did you purchase like X amount of dollars on Ticketmaster? I was like, yes. I just had to type in yes. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then you told me, you're like, it's processed.
Then they both started processing at the same time. I was like, oh my god, what's happening?
That's what I thought. Okay, so at the same time you got both nights, basically.
Yeah, basically it ended up coming down to the exact same minute, because they were both literally popped up, and then both of them like refreshed to be like, you got them. I was like, oh my god, panic. I hate being the person that has to do this. I always like secretly hope everyone else's queue's higher than me, so that I can just be like, good luck, guys.
I know, I've always wanted to be the one, but I've never gone to a lot of concerts before K-pop life, so and the last one I did by myself was Jackson Wang, and I don't think there was a lot of people. I was like queued 7,000 or something. The venue was quite small, so I didn't expect anything, but so we got both nights within like the same second. And we were already on the phone together, so we were just screaming the loudest we could scream. And it was done like that, 45 minutes total. Boom, done. We did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're both we're in the exact same section, two rows different.
I know. I was like, well, I hope it's a good view.
I'm like, I don't even care. There's a website I go that says like view from your seat or whatever. It looks really cool, like that where we are. The one I saw was like way higher up than ours, but you can see everything. Like you see the whole stage if it's in a center stage. So
I mean, like they say, there's no bad seats.
I agree. Well,
all of our manifesting rituals worked.
Yeah. Okay. So the day of, we talked about it before, where we did the McDonald's BTS little guys. We got each set. So I have them all lined up on my desk in front of me. And I have a BTS calendar on the side. And then while we were queuing, I pulled out my photo card book and I opened it up to like RM's page. And I'm like, okay. And then I dressed head to toe purple. So we were good. We were set.
I think I used my like Augustine mug in the morning, and then I was wearing my Yoongi shirt all day, and then I was doing chores during the day, like in the spare room, changed the sheets to purple sheets. Like I took a shower, and after the shower, I don't really have a lot of purple stuff, I guess, but I have purple underwear. I was like, I'll put my purple underwear on. And I'm pretty sure that's what cinched it.
Yeah, it's the spicy underwear. I also was wearing purple underwear. So, and you had your cat for emotional support. She was there with you.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as we got in the waiting room, the cat came in and was like sitting right next to me. I was like, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
I need this right now.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so nervous. She was like my emotional support animal.
So now that it was a weird experience because I never thought we weren't going to get them. But then so then afterwards on social media, I was seeing so many people not getting them. And of course, it could just be the skewed algorithm. But it was interesting to me because even a lot of influencers that we follow, it was all luck of the trade, like, which was kind of nice, right? There was no privilege in that capacity. And that's personally what I like Ticketmaster. In the queuing system, a lot of people have a lot of issues with it, but I don't know what to say. Would you prefer that the servers crash completely? But yeah, I saw some of the influencers that we follow that never got them. And the thing to me, like, this was our only one. Like, we were only gonna try for Toronto. We were not gonna do any of the U.S. dates. But a lot of people I think I saw that were in the U.S. tried to do like a bunch of different ones, and some of the queue numbers for presale for the US were insane.
Yeah, like I think that's like partly also why I just kind of thought we would be okay, because like everyone was saying that beforehand too. They were like, the US will sell out, like, no question. Like, there'll be so many people trying to get those like dates or whatever. So I was like, well, if everyone can just go there and not come here. So
Yeah, it's true. Even in Canada, I feel like a lot of people were shocked that they didn't do like a Vancouver date or something like that, but on the other side of the country. But still, yeah, because if you think about it, the whole population of Canada is the exact same population as California, one state in the U.S. So yes, obviously some people will be traveling into Toronto from outside Canada, period, but the numbers were lining up, like you said. Okay, so, and I do appreciate the presale. Army presale in the sense of there is a monetary boundary that not a lot of people want to purchase. Okay, fine. But also they capped you at 4 tickets, at least for the Toronto shows. It was 4 tickets that you capped.
I think it might have been for everything, because I saw some people in the States, it was also like 4 as well. So I think it might have been everywhere, which I think is good. Like, I think that's like more of like a safety net against like scalpers, right? So they can't just buy like 100 tickets or whatever, which is great.
Exactly. We were both talking about this, but like before the ticket dates, I don't want to lose tickets to Army, like baby armies. And you're like, well, like, it's not. No one inherently deserves a ticket, you know?
Yeah.
Sure. Obviously, I do not want scalpers or people that are just in it for the money to flip tickets. Of course, that's not what I'm looking for. But like, if someone genuinely wants to go see BTS, I don't care if they only know Dynamite or they know the whole discography. If someone wants to see BTS, they should go see the BTS.
I did end up seeing one thing where it was like that whole narrative of like Dynamite Army, Butter Army, Permission to Dance Army, but somebody was like, those songs came out 6 years ago. So like, are you saying that a fan that's been a fan for 6 years hasn't put in enough time? Like, people think that those songs just came out, and like a baby is like 1 or 2 years, but those are like fans for 6 years. Like, that you don't quote unquote deserve a ticket if you've been a fan for 6 years. Like, come on.
Yeah, we're army.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're like, even less than that.
Yeah,
but like, we're big fans. Like, we love.
That's
look
what
how
I'm
much
saying.
like stuff we invest already. Like
like
we don't deserve it.
Yeah, we literally started a podcast because of BTS. It wasn't just BTS, but it basically turned.
I mean, it's basically all we talk about.
They're that influential into the space, though.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it was kind of a wild aftermath. I saw a lot of reels to be like, crying that you didn't get it. No, would I have been upset? Yeah, of course. I never posted that I was crying because of it. But also in the same vein, I'm like, that's it? You're just gonna give up? I mean, it was just pre-sale.
To temper my expectations, I was like, well, there's always resale, and like I always hear this thing about like even last minute people will sell like for maybe like, so I've heard people go see Stray Kids for like $80 because they're like, it's like the day before and they're like, I don't need this ticket, just give me whatever. So I was like, there's like other chances. If we don't get it, maybe we can, figure something else out. But yeah, a lot of people were just like I can justify a 2-nighter. Like, I'll defend myself to the end of the earth to go for a 2-nighter. But like,
Of course.
a lot of people were like, everyone, you're so selfish. Save some for the rest of us. Like, come on.
No,
Like,
no,
come on.
that
The one thing I could agree though is like, I do think it's a little egregious to go like 5 times.
yeah, I saw someone that was going to, I think like 3 different cities. Like, if for example, if Toronto opens another night, I'm good. Like, it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's what I was
Like,
saying. I was like, I don't need to go a 3rd time. That's fine.
no, no.
But like, I saw like 5, 6 nights, and I was like, by the time 6th night rolls around, like it's not even like special anymore.
And not only that, I would just be physically exhausted.
Yeah,
Physically,
well, yeah, that
emotionally,
too.
mentally exhausted. Like, even the thought of doing both nights, which again, I'm not upset. I'm like, I gotta prep. Like, I gotta physically, mentally prep for that because I feel like I will be tired. So, which is fine. But, so that's what I mean. Even 2 nights. And then our other friend who went with us with Stray Kids, she also got both nights. So it's like, yeah, obviously everyone's going to do both nights. Okay, and this is where I want to talk about the Ticketmaster tea that I saw. Again, this was all on Instagram. I have no idea if this is true. But there's apparently like a rumor, conspiracy, if you want to call it, going around that if you have more purchases on your Ticketmaster, that you will be higher up in the queue numbers.
I saw that too.
Yeah, but I technically, because of the Army presale, mine is this Ticketmaster account that I have for this was my first purchase, and my queue numbers were okay, like they weren't crazy. But that made me think of my other friend. She always gets insane queue numbers. Like for Stray Kids, she bought our tickets, and I think she was like 7,000 queued or something ridiculous. And for this, she queued, I think she said like 300 or 400 or something ridiculous. She queued, and so she's on the floor for one night, and then she's in also the west side for the other night. But she had enough queue time to queue for herself, and then she queued for her family after and got tickets, I think she said. A bonkers. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe there's validity there, I don't know. But it's so true. I don't really understand the whole Ticketmaster process. Like, does it matter if you're in the waiting room for 30 minutes? I don't know. Like, if you get in the waiting room the last second? I don't know.
I don't know. I did see people saying like they would join the waiting room like 10 minutes before or whatever, and they got like high numbers. So like I honestly don't know. It's random when you go from waiting room to queue. It's like completely random, supposedly. And like what I saw was like the only thing that matters was your internet speed, basically. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. But we're going.
I'm bummed for people that didn't get tickets, and people that bought 6 shows. You do you, but it does seem like a little excessive. But otherwise, I'm like, whatever. Do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. But also, that's the people that are doing that. Those are the really rich people. First of all, like I'm lucky enough to live in the city, but you have to travel to get here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like overly crazy, but you still have to travel to get here. So you have to, and you're obviously lucky enough to have me in your life. You don't have to pay for accommodation, but you have to pay for your flight, and you have to take time off work, right? There's all that. These other people were saying they're taking like 6 nights. There's only one city in America that has 4 nights, and that's LA. I think this person's going all over the US.
I feel like a lot of, and like some of them are even like, it's like multiple US cities and then like one of the Korea shows. Like,
oh my gosh.
Because I mean, those ones are probably going to be like the craziest ones, but
yeah. Travel, accommodation. I guess it's the influencer lifestyle, I guess, if that's your content, that's your money, I guess. But yeah, for everyone that didn't get tickets, don't give up. For people who do have tickets, congrats. So what are your outfit plans? Let us know below, because we are doing debut era, of course, for the time of year for ours. So our show's at end of August. So I'm like, shorts and a tank top just is perfect and what I would want to wear anyway.
yeah.
So I've already ordered some of the like bandana style shorts, and then you already ordered the BTS tank top, right?
Yeah, like the basketball debut jersey. Yeah, I'm excited because we had big plans for Stray Kids, and then it all just kind of like fell apart because we were like, that's too much. And most of our plans were like not suitable for midsummer.
Oh yeah.
Like we were like thinking like jackets and like pants and all this other stuff. And we're like, no, it's like the middle of summer. I'm just wearing shorts and a shirt.
And also, it was the first time ever at that venue, ever. Like, ever. So we had no idea what we were walking into, and it was kind of a... But anyway, so I'm saying, now we know the venue. It's only going to be better than the last time we saw it, so I'm not even worried about that shit. So now I'm like, oh yeah, I can, like, get all focused on decked out, and, like, that's my priority now. So, because before I feel like we had to plan, like, everything. Like, I feel like we overplanned, but that's fine.
Yeah, like we had all the like gubs that everyone was like, you gotta bring all these things. Didn't touch like any of them. We touched like one thing. I think we used like one thing that you brought. Like nothing else. So like at least now we know, like we can pare it down to just the essentials. We don't need like all that stuff.
And I won't have the light stick, most likely.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing. I was like, because I was like, oh, I want to get like the picket. I'm carrying my little stuffed animal and like all this stuff. And I was like, I'm just bringing the light stick and that's it. I'm not carrying any other shit.
I did think it would be funny to make a belt with all of our capsules. The only other one that came to me last night that I really wanted to do was super tuna gin. And I looked up like a tuna stuffed animal on Amazon. I'm like, it's here. We are going for 2 nights. I could do super tuna gin. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, no, we were like, should we do 2 outfits now?
Because that was easy too. I think you would just wear like shorts, Hawaiian shirt, and like a white undershirt. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
And then just have stuffed tuna. That's so funny. So funny.
I don't even know what else I would do.
There's some like funny ones I've seen. Like someone would dress up like a Sailor Moon. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah, like I've seen a few like random callback ones where I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
That's clutch. And I was, we were talking about, I would die if I saw someone do a No More Dream J-Hope with like the full mask, studded mask. That would take dedication. And then this time we are gonna do freebies. We're doing it.
Well, yeah, that was like the other thing of the Stray Kids one is like that also fell apart for us because we were like, what do we even do?
Again, we didn't know the venue. We didn't know what can go in either. Like I wasn't sure. You know, you never know.
Even that, well, I guess, yeah, people were giving them out in the seats as well. I did see people doing that. But even that, I'm like, can you bring whatever you want in? Like, I don't actually know.
Well, that was the other thing with my super tuna thing. I'm like, would they take my stuffy away from me at the gate? I'm like, no, not my gin tuna. But you see it all the time. You see people have shit in their hand, like signs and shit. I'm like, it's a plush. I can't hurt anybody with this plush.
Like when we went to the Stray Kids one, like for the podcast, we made like stickers and like we didn't even give one out because we were like,
we were so shy.
Yeah, no, we were so awkward. But we have better plans this time, and like I feels less awkward if we have like a photo card or like a trinket of some kind. It's less awkward than just being like, take the sticker for just my podcast.
Exactly. And I wanted to make cute little bracelets. I saw that was a big thing, like the friendship style bracelets of each member, and then some BTS ones. So someone wanted like a specific one. Anyway, there's a lot of time to.
When I saw the keychain thing too, I was like, that is a really cute also. I really like that.
Oh, that
also.
one, yeah. True.
We'll see. Some kind of trinket, maybe photo cards. Look for us at the show.
If you're in Toronto, hit us up. And I think we both also collectively decided we are not even bothering to try the merch. Period. Not doing it. That was bonkers for Stray Kids. So this is BTS. It's only gonna be 20 times worse.
Yeah, lines are gonna be absolutely crazy. I was even thinking like last time we went to the stores and like the one store we didn't go because the line was crazy, and I was like, I don't even think I'm gonna attempt to buy albums when I go this time. Like,
no,
I think I'm just gonna skip that whole thing because even the other store, like there's the 2 in Toronto, like I feel like even the other one will be crazy for that.
Yeah, totally. And I believe because I think the Stray Kids one was like, oh, if you come in and you buy Stray Kids, you'll get like a free photo card. I'm like, I'm good. I'm so good. I don't need this. And then we'll just do what I did. I got bought knockoff merch, which was fine. Like it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of fun to get the knockoff merch. But yeah, of course, BTS is selling out everywhere, okay?
Basically, what I heard was like pretty much all the pre-sales sold out. But I was curious to see after general admission how much sold out. And they also have added shows. I think so far they've added 3 or 4 in America that are also sold out.
Oh my god, they already sold out, of course.
But basically, they sold out they sold out their first set of shows in Goyang. The 3 nights they sold out in pre-sale. They didn't even go to general admission. But yeah, like other places like Tokyo, pretty much all the American cities, including LA, which is 4 nights.
LA saw all 4 nights.
Yeah, or it's either sold out or it's like in high demand, basically sold out.
Right.
Is like the only list I could find.
Amazing.
Toronto obviously sold out. Munich is sold out, which is where this supposed 1 million queue was, so that makes sense. But like even like London sold out as well, which tracks. Paris, Madrid, Brussels.
Again, it's kind of like in the US alone, they had a lot of dates, right? But think about Europe, all of Europe, they didn't really have that many spots, right? So it would be kind of a similar thing. Like you have what it said, Brussels, Paris, Germany, like and the UK for all of the whole continent pretty much, and then Spain as well. But I don't know. I just no. It makes sense to me that there could have been 1 million queued in Germany, right?
Yeah.
And I also saw an interesting stat too that a lot of these concert venues in the States are actually football stadiums, which makes sense because football stadium, as anyone that might not know, but football is nuts in the States. So they hold like 70,000 people, some of these stadiums. Anyway, I saw a stat. This is the first time they use the term Asian. So any Asian performer has ever performed in these stadiums. And I'm like, that's so fucking sick. They're going to any NFL city that has a massive football stadium. So that's why we never heard Foxborough. Yeah, that's where the Patriots play.
And then they're adding in 2027. They're going to be adding more shows in Japan, and I guess they're going to go to the Middle East in 2027. Because a lot of like army people that are in the Middle East were like really disappointed that there are no shows there, but apparently that's like next year.
Yeah, I know there's a huge Indian K-pop fan base too in general.
And then they also announced March 21st, the day after the album releases, they have like a free show, I guess, in Korea, in Seoul. It's like only 15 to 20,000 capacity or whatever, but they're gonna be streaming it like globally to like 100+ countries. So I kind of want to watch it because it's literally the first show like that they'll ever do, so I kind of want to watch it.
I know.
Just depends on like what time it is, because if it's in Seoul,
it's 16 hours, 14 hours ahead.
Yeah, if it's like at 7 p.m, that means I'll have to get up at like 7 a.m. to watch it.
Oh right, because we were doing that before. Yeah.
But I still might.
Yeah, and it'll be all, and that's the thing too. There's gonna be so much shit on like Instagram and stuff of just the clips of all of it, right? So
the other like big kind of record-breaking thing was from their like outside of all these tour record-breaking sales, and when they did pre-sale for their album, I read that like within 2 days there were like 4 million pre-orders for that. And I pulled because their highest selling record before that was Map of the Soul, and in week 1 that sold 3.42 million, and in week 1 of this one it sold 4.06 million. So like what?
But BTS is not going to come back after military. No one's going to want to listen to them.
Like that's so crazy wild. And like if you really think about it, it's actually like a little unhinged, because we don't know any of the song names, don't know what the concept, like the album was all pure white, not a crumb of like design, no names, nothing. Like we literally don't know a single thing about this album, and 4 million people were like, sign me up.
And that was both you and I.
Yeah, we both pre-ordered it as well, and I was like, I just like want to be part of like the day one
That's where I
numbers.
think it is, right? I think it's a lot of that, and we know, like you just stated it yourself, the last full-length album they've ever received was Map of the Soul, and that explosive. Like
Yeah.
that was so there's no and again, I can't imagine the pressure they're under to
God, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, they must be like, it must be like amazing to see, but at the same time, like, I hope it's good. Like, I hope it's as good as we think it is. I was thinking though, like, sometimes with some of our groups, when they do like a comeback, it's like, I'm not always surprised if it's not that good. You know, I'm like,
right.
whatever, this one was fine. No worries. There's like literally no way in my mind that this could be bad.
I know. I
Like,
agree.
this will be a good album, period.
I agree, and we've discussed it. I think I don't know if on air or not, but there's something different about the self-produced groups versus non-self-produced groups, right? So these guys have been apart from each other, not producing music. There's no way in that period of being apart that they weren't writing. Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's must have been a lot of content they were writing at least with them, and then now they're just refining it all. I agree, it's kind of nuts that all of us were just like, I don't give a fuck, we're buying this album, right? With nothing, just the name, right? But the name alone is so significant, and it makes me I definitely am so intrigued. You know me, I'm a history girly, and I love when artists incorporate their culture and their history into it. So that's like already everything. The Arirang stuff is already just so culturally impactful.
I was
Period.
thinking I guess they like this is my first time like even being exposed to Arirang. But apparently they sang that song before, like 2016 or something like that. And I have seen that now, and I'm like, it's kind of a good song. So I'm like, if there's a version of that on this, I'm already sold.
I saw a reel too of someone I think from Korea being like, "Oh, everyone in like North America is going to dress up for the concert in the colors of the vinyl." But he was saying he's suspecting that Korea fans are going to dress up as in hanbok to go to these concerts, which
That'd be pretty sick.
yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool. So just saying, there's a lot of cultural
Mm-hmm.
coolness here that I'm really excited for.
Like we were seeing all that stuff, and like a little bit of it was misinformation, I will say, because I was seeing all these reels where it's like, the original song was sung by these seven guys,
Mm,
and like that's not. I mean, that when I actually like was reading up on it, never came up. So I was like, there's a little bit of misinformation going on, but in general, it is like kind of fascinating. So the song itself is a folk song from Korea, and it's their unofficial anthem, and it's like basically about like separation, longing, resilience, reflects Korean history, hardship, and in their enduring spirit.
I'm gonna cry so much.
I know, it's like it's crazy. But apparently both North and South Korea like use the song as it's supposed to be a symbol of unity between the two nations. So like that's crazy.
It's also beautiful.
The word itself is like apparently it's just like a nonsensical word. Like no one really knows what it means, but most like linguists or whatever hypothesize that Ari means beautiful and Rang means beloved one. So it's like my beloved one kind of thing. I didn't write it down, but there's like an old folk story about like these two lovers that are like separated by a river, and like in one version the guy tries to cross and he dies. In the other version no one tries to cross, but they just like sing across the river to each other.
It's
My
beautiful.
my beloved one. And then this is where like I think the misinformation came in, because the first recording of it was made in America by she was some kind of professor or something, and it was three Korean students singing the song, and she called it Love Song Arirang. Some sources say they were like noble Koreans studying at Howard University. Others say they were like workers living in America at the time. But what I was seeing online was that there was 7 students from Howard University that sang it. And I was like, okay, well, it's not quite.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's so hard to find true factual information. But I kept seeing too people were, of course, never let army. Army will always do their thing. So on the website for their album, there was like a very grayed out, like very, very soft photo of them. So that I think people did their thing, and they thought it looked exactly like this other photo with 7 Korean men from the U.S. So I think that's where the whole thing. I don't know what that picture is or who that picture is, but and I'm like, we don't actually know what that photo looks like because I even tried doing it myself. I took a photo and tried to up the contrast. There's nothing there. So all the stuff we saw was just people AI or adding more to it, right? So
yeah, like I saw that comparison thing too. Like whatever the old pictures is a real photo of 7 real Korean men, but like I don't know the context of that photo. It from my research, it's not the 7 guys that sang this song. I mean, maybe they did at some point, but it never came up. So, but people I think just want like the 7. They want that like destiny connection kind of thing.
The one thing I did see that I think is a true fact was that the American U.S. Army got official permission from the Korean president or prime minister to use the Arirang song as like a military march song. And the first one that did it was the 7th Infantry. The 7th.
It was like a pretty heavy like military song. Like that's why it's like the unofficial anthem or whatever, because during Japanese occupation of Korea, it was a criminal offense to sing patriotic songs about Korea, so people, including the anthem, their actual anthem, so this became like the unofficial resistance anthem against imperial Japanese rule. The protesters would sing it like during marches and different soldiers, like all this stuff. So it was like kind of a big like military, like war era song. And I read there's like 60 different versions of the song with over 3,000 variations of those versions. Like it's just been like kind of changed over time, I guess. But during occupation, most of the themes were injustice, the plight of laborers, and guerrilla warfare. And then other versions, it's like the sorrow, separation, reunion, love themes. And then I thought it was kind of interesting because I'm like interested in lost media, and the most well-known lyrics to it are from a silent film called Arirang, but it's a lost film. Various accounts state it was about a Korean student who became mentally ill after being imprisoned and tortured by the Japanese. It was a hit when it was released, and it's considered the first Korean nationalist film, but it's lost now. So I just thought was like kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Again, it's so exciting because it seems like it's such a culturally important, potentially meaningful anyway, song, and it seems like it's also open to such interpretation too. So it's really gonna be really excited to see what they do.
Yeah, that's why I'm assuming they will have a version on there, like that they've made their own variation of, basically.
Girl.
I know. It's crazy. The other thing I read was like on Spotify, it on the first day had 564,000 pre-saves on Spotify, which was at that time was the second most pre-saved album after Taylor Swift's Life of a Showgirl. But between like that and release, it just keeps adding up, and there's like still 3 months until the album comes out. So apparently it doubled within 4 days, so it's 2.9 million pre-saves now. I guess that's even more than doubled. That's way more than doubled. It's like 4 times 4.
I never pre-saved it either, but
I did. I'm part of the number, actually.
Well, it's because I'm like, it's there. Like, it's not like it's nothing.
But apparently the last top pre-saved album was Stray Kids Do It. I couldn't find the number, but apparently they were just in that #1 spot for K-pop specifically.
Can you imagine being Stray Kids and be like, you're next to BTS? Like,
I mean, I was trying to find a list because I wanted to know, but it's like impossible. And also, they have like Spotify has like a countdown chart as well, and it debuted #1, like on the countdown.
So I just opened it now, and yeah, it has a little countdown, like timer 53 days, 12 hours, 12 minutes, 25 seconds. So I pre-saved it, now part of the numbers. But yeah, it's so funny. Like, there's nothing here. It's just Arirang, the white and red cover, and it has track listings, but just says track 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 14.
Yeah.
So we know it's 14 songs, which is crazy, too.
But it's already, like, busting out, like, so hard. And, like, I don't want to compare like things too much because we're multi-stands for sure. But
Yeah.
I was like really looking forward to this year because I thought like there's so many big comebacks. It'll be so interesting to see like, you know, the numbers between everything. But like it's just astronomically higher than anything that's come out yet. Like it's just it's not even a comparison. It's not even like anything to watch for.
And I don't even see how anyone could have thought otherwise. Like, again, I know there's BTS haters and, like you say, big comebacks, but this is their first all together after military. That is something uniquely special, right? I don't know. It just feels very cosmically aligned. And I still cannot believe we're going to see them. We're going to see them first time back after military.
Yeah, it's just so interesting to me because like what we've looked at for BTS before, we're all looking like retrospect, right? Like we're looking at these crazy numbers that they pulled, but we weren't in it. So like to look at it, you're like, yeah, great, they sold 3 million albums, like Map of the Soul, that's crazy. But like now we're like, no, that like you can see it like in real time happening, and I'm like, oh my god, like 4 million albums with no information, like that's insane.
Like, I think we looked up, yeah, like, for example, let's just say EXO, and it's not the same numbers at all. It's very interesting. Now, I do think EXO's, we'll talk about it in a future episode, but...
I read some tea about it, that, like, reasons why it might not have sold quite as much. And it all makes sense to me.
Ooh, okay. Well, stay tuned for that, everyone.
January comeback episode. I'll make my notes.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, I know people are huge at, like, as that example, people are huge EXO fans, but I was like, it's not even like a fraction of albums sold compared to pre-sale alone. Like, it's just, I was like, I was thinking we were gonna be like, whoa, close, like 1 million to 4 million maybe. Not even. And like I know Big Bang is coming back too, and I'm like now I'm like, can they are they going to be close? Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I know, I think with Big Bang, the only way they can get there is if Top comes back.
True.
Like, that would be nuts. Because, again, it's this reuniting factor. And there is a story there, right? That's the thing, too. There is an absolute story. EXO, again, we'll talk about it, but there's a story there, but not in a good way, right? Like,
yeah.
as you probably, there's...
It might have been different if they did OT9.
That's
maybe.
what I'm saying, too. We'll talk about that. I have the same theory as you, but yes.
But yeah, it's just like it missed my whole expectation. It was like, okay, like, never mind, I guess. It's definitely going to be like, when we were looking at those award show things, like seeing the breakdowns of like how they pick winners, and like part of it is based on sales. So I'm like, they're just going to win all like, you already know right now they're going to win all the awards this year.
It's interesting too. We didn't mention this, but they are releasing vinyl for this album as well, which I thought was a very interesting touch. And they each have their own color, and those were revealed. But just to go back with the theme, it does feel like, oh, it's very like old school retro way to even listen to it. So I'm so curious to see what happens, but.
I think when we do March comebacks, we might have to do a two-parter.
Yeah, I feel bad for whoever else is having to come back in March.
That's what I'm saying. That's, if it was me, I'd be like, push the albums. Like, don't drop anything this month.
Yeah.
Even in February, like ATEEZ is coming February.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
we've seen some promo stuff for it, and I got a little excited, but again, like, my brain is completely wrapped around BTS right now, and I can't even, like, ONEUS had a single comeback. I can't even, like, process. I tried to do the EXO thing. It's very hard to not have this in the realm of all of it, so. And obviously stick around. You will hear a post concert
Yeah,
breakdown.
I felt like last year all we did was talk about BTS, and I was like, this year spread it out a little bit more. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be worse than ever this year. Every
Yeah,
episode we're gonna be like, did you see?
It's like all those memes like, oh, thank you for enduring me being a BTS fan last year. It's only going to be worse this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be so bad. Especially once the concept's gotta be coming so soon. Like it's 2 months away.
Don't.
Tracklist has gotta be coming soon. I know there's a
Don't.
music video, like for sure.
I mean, there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I was like, how do you know? I'm like, oh, wait, well, I mean, yeah, of course. There's new dance choreography. Girl.
Yeah.
I think we've broken down enough, y'all. We are seeing BTS, and for those who did not get tickets, it's not over yet. You can still get them. Just like there's so much time between now and the concerts, especially like the North American ones. So people are life is gonna come up. People won't be able to make the concert.
Anyway, let us know.
Yeah, let us know down below in the comments. What was your cute number? Where are you seeing BTS? Are you seeing BTS? Outside of that, as always, we'll catch you on the flip. Bye.
Bye.